Good evening. My name is Lindsay Fierro. This is News Now, giving you the latest fix. On tonight's special of History Revisited, we will be analyzing the top 20 events of the 20th century. The number 20 spot is given to the Watergate scandal. Here's our analyst, Paige Rumsey.
The Watergate scandal is a pretty important event of the 20th century. Besides the fact that Nixon totally took advantage of his powers to save his reputation, people became wary of government and lost trust in him.
So true. Good old Dick. Let's see what event falls in the number 19 spot. And the winner is Prohibition. In Stockholm, what do you think of number 19?
Prohibition totally changed the way people lived. Alcohol was a main component in the everyday lives of many people. Prohibition caused a lot of sneak and secrecy in American society. Defying the law by drinking alcohol became a daily routine for millions.
I mean, it's not like I would know, but I agree.
Okay, number 18. What's it going to be? The Bay of Pigs invasion, not your average bacon. This event was a true embarrassment for the U.S. and induced the Cuban Missile Crisis. Our relations with Cuba and Russia were forever spoiled as a result of these events. There are still remnants of tensions in today's society. Number 17 has got us walking on the moon. LOL, JK, but it did put the first man on the moon.
Indeed. This event put the U.S. on top of the space race during the Cold War. Modern space travel has been built off of this event.
Sweet 16. The invention of the radio allowed songs like this one to be played for millions.
The radio introduced a new kind of entertainment for the American people and also helped assimilate immigrants into mainstream society. A new national identity was created.
The radio may have created one identity, but Event 15 created a whole new identity. The gay rights movement of the 1970s helped Americans move closer to equality. It also caused a lot of controversy between liberals and conservative, the church and the state, and old ways and new ways. And now, for Event 14, we have a guest speaker, arriving a bit late. This lady is driven to explain the impact of the invention of the car in today's society.
Hey guys, my name's Sam and I'm from Jersey. This is my car and I drove all the way from my suburbs in New Jersey to get to New York today. Also, my car makes it so much easier to get to work. I mean, I work in New York, so it's easier to travel long distances. Also, since I can travel long distances, I've been able to go to Florida, California, cross-country road trips. I mean, I don't know what those people did when they had horses and buggies or carriages or whatever they're called. I don't know. This is just so much easier.
Well, that was interesting. And for the 13th spot, we have the Gulf War. Our analyst, Megan, will explain why this event was so important.
The Gulf War has shaped modern oil relations with the Middle East. Bush's real intentions were to join the war to take oil, but we said we were going to help Kuwait. There is a never-ending thirst for oil in the U.S. that was manifested through the Gulf War, and now that thirst is stronger than ever.
Yes, Americans are extremely thirsty. I can't deny that. Speaking of thirst, Event 12 is the Vietnam War. Here are two critics who lived during the least supportive war in U.S. history.
Yeah, I mean, Americans do have an unstoppable thirst for power.
Yeah, they use Diem as a puppet for their own self-interest. They don't even care about those poor Vietnamese.
Yeah, they just wanted to keep Vietnam out of reach of Soviets' influence.
Those little...
Whoa there, analysts. Take a chill pill. We know you're former protesters of the war, but that's not an excuse. Let's move on to an even touchier subject, the Cold War, number 11.
The Cold War was the root of the spread of world democracy. There were never any battles under the title of the Cold War, but many skirmishes and other wars evolved from the tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. The contest was between communism and democracy won out, eventually. Another unintended effect was the Red Scare, involving the accusation of suspected communists, which in turn led to the onset of McCarthyism, a term that entails the blind accusation of something that's usually untrue.
She sure had a mouthful. The next event was a major result of the Cold War. The number 10 spot is the fall of the Berlin Wall.
The destruction of the Berlin Wall symbolized the end of communist influence in East Berlin. Thousands of people rebelled against Soviet rule in their home city.
Thanks, Megan. The invention of the television falls into the 9th spot. Paige, look, the election 1960's on.
Oh my god, is that JFK and Nixon?
Yeah, ew. Nixon looks all sweaty.
That's disgusting.
Ew, he definitely would make a good president. Ooh, commercials!
Oh!
I wish my hair would look like hers on TV. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, me too. And her dress, I want that dress exactly.
Oh my god, look at those jeans.
Everyone's wearing them now.
I know, like, we should get a pair.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's get to channel. The number 8 spot is given to the JFK assassination. This event shocked the unexpecting nation, and Paige will explain this tragedy in more detail.
The JFK assassination was a national catastrophe. As Kennedy was riding through his motorcade in Texas, he and the governor of Texas were shot. JFK took 3 shots from an unknown gunman. You can see, as Jackie gets up, right there, she's trying to gather his brains. LOL, JK, she was getting the attention of the Secret Service. The nation didn't realize how innovative JFK's ideas were until after his death. We mourned and became closer because of this event.
That event was truly a tragedy. On another note, we have the Zimmerman Note, number 7. The Zimmerman Note opened the U.S. to secret plans of an alliance between Germany and Mexico during World War I.
After Germany's multiple strikes against the U.S., the Zimmerman Note was the cherry on top of the proverbial curdled sundae. This event was the last straw for the U.S., and because of this event, the U.S. entered World War I. World War I was the first major world conflict that the U.S. entered and also ended the U.S.'s isolationist tradition.
Because of the change in U.S. foreign policy, U.S. involvement in World War II was inevitable. D-Day was a major turning point in the war and was also a huge step to end World War II and bring our troops home, making it to our number 6 spot. Here is footage from the 1944 interview with Eisenhower after the D-Day invasion. Mr. Eisenhower, how was the D-Day invasion?
I mean, it went real well.
What were your words of advice to the soldiers before the battle?
Well, I goes up to them and I says, "Men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory." Yeah, that's what I said to them.
President Eisenhower, I just want to commend you on your amazing leadership skills and your victory in battle. Thank you for making our nation what it is today. Another important event of the 20th century was the creation of the atomic bomb, coming in at number 5.
One of them was the use of the bomb for unintended purposes, such as on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. 2 bombs equaled the complete destruction of 2 cities, massacre of hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians, and in turn, VJ Day.
Also, it prompted the USSR to create atomic bombs. The U.S. meant to assert its authority over Russia, retaliate for Pearl Harbor, and cause Japan to surrender, but ended up causing the Cold War to start to heat up.
Megan Page used the bomb. Speaking of bombs, Pearl Harbor was bombed on December 7, 1941. Pearl Harbor was the first major attack on U.S. soil. Thousands of men died and many destroyers and Navy ships were damaged. The attack resulted in the United States entry into World War II. In addition, many American citizens distrusted Japanese Americans, and the integrity and loyalty of Japanese Americans was tested by putting them in internment camps. Event number 3 is extremely important in American society today. The women's right to vote in 1920 changed the political makeup of the United States and also helped women in the workplace and politics because now they had a larger say.
Let's sneak into the voting booth.
You guys don't have to sneak in anymore. You guys have the right to vote now.
Really?
Yeah, you could go in and vote.
Woo!
Event number 2 changed America in ways similar to the way women's suffrage affected the U.S. The Civil Rights Movement led to the development of rights and equality for blacks. Desegregation also occurred as a result of this event.
Well said. The Civil Rights Movement changed America forever. Desegregation changed social life in public places such as schools, restaurants, and businesses.
In addition, a milestone was reached. Ever since American independence, blacks were unequal to whites until this movement.
And what you've all been waiting for, drumroll please. The number 1 event of the 20th century is the stock market crash. Let's see why this event was chosen. Paige, will you take the honors?
Of course I will, Lindsay. The stock market crash led to the Great Depression, which in turn led to the New Deal. It shaped the economic system we have today by creating the Social Security system, along with the Federal Reserve System.
And there you have it, folks, the top 20 events of the 20th century. What's it to be for the 21st century? We may never know.